Green Bay Packers are officially eliminated from the playoffs, and there are a lot of questions that are going to linger into the season. Detroit really stepped up. They didn't really have anything to play for. They were eliminated 40 minutes before the game, and they came in Lambeau and got the win. The Lions really had the Packers number this year, especially Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers really struggled against this team this season. But nonetheless, this team underachieved. Green Bay never really put the pieces around Aaron. The one time Green Bay actually had a good defense, they won the Super Bowl. And it's just like, in many ways, it feels like Aaron was wasted in Green Bay. And I really think that this is going to be the end of Aaron Rodgers in a Green Bay uniform. Now, obviously, there's a lot of time between now and the beginning of next season. And I don't see both sides coming to an agreement and working it out. I don't. I think Green Bay's done. I think Aaron Rodgers is done. I mean, that was already a thing this offseason. And I really see Green Bay moving off of Aaron Rodgers, probably through some sort of trade. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to sit down and try to work something out. And Aaron Rodgers, he's going to have a lot of time to kind of marinate and think of his decision, right? I mean, and to kind of add fuel to that fire, even after the Lions game. You know, Aaron Rodgers, he's kind of just taking it all in, walking around, you know, and even was asked if he could hey, can I have your jersey? He said, hey, I think I'm going to keep this one because it's very likely the last time he's going to be in Green Bay in that uniform. And look, I think at this point now, both sides really do need to just kind of go their separate ways. I think the marriage has been over for a long time, and they've been kind of trying to just show face, kind of trying to make it work, and it just hasn't. And I think both these guys need to just part separate ways. And I think Green Bay, they have Jordan Love that they need to kind of integrate into their system and see how that goes and really start making decisions. And hopefully Green Bay learned some decisions along the way, or learned a thing or two along the way, given that Aaron Rodgers you had this entire time, and it just felt like Green Bay never really made the effort to go and get him help, especially as receivers, right? He never really, it's just like every year it was like, oh, they should take this guy, and it's like, oh, we'll take a defensive lineman, or, we're going to take a backup quarterback, or it's like, why? You have Aaron Rodgers. Use the opportunity that you have. You should have won several Super Bowls. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is arguably the greatest quarterback ever. I know a lot of people put Tom Brady up there because of all of his achievements and accomplishments and everything, but Aaron Rodgers was something special, especially in the earlier years. He was single-handedly winning games by himself, single-handedly taking over. I mean, it was a spectacle and a sight to be seen. And he just had this never-ending cycle of, just instability, right? Nothing was ever really stable, it felt like, in Green Bay other than Aaron Rodgers. And so he had to deal with so much. And it's just like, you had this guy who was a wizard out there, literally. And they just never seized that and took that very serious, in my opinion. And look, I'm not a Green Bay fan, so I don't have a dog in the fight. But I know many, many Green Bay fans that feel the exact same way. I know a lot of Green Bay fans that were like, they wasted Aaron Rodgers. They had so many opportunities that the fans are upset. I'm sure it's not all of them. It might even be a minority. But I think if you really look at it, they had multiple opportunities and just continued to just let things fizzle out. But now it's going to be interesting to see where Aaron Rodgers goes, because there are a lot of options, really. And I'm sure that there are a lot of teams that would maybe even get rid of their quarterback in order to get Aaron Rodgers and maybe ride him out a couple more seasons and see if you could go win a Super Bowl, which I still believe Aaron Rodgers is a guy that could go lead you to a Super Bowl. I still believe he's a guy that can win you a Super Bowl in the right situation, in the right environment. And two teams that just immediately jumped to mind that I could see Aaron Rodgers going to just for like the defensive side, receivers, all of those things is, the Tennessee Titans and Indianapolis Colts, right? Like the Colts have been a team for like the last 5 seasons maybe, where it's like, man, if they just had a quarterback, they might be one of, if not the best teams in the league. Like they're solid front to back. They just don't have enough, right? And it's like, they've just gone through these cycles of Phillip Rivers, and it's just like they haven't been able to find that guy, and maybe Aaron Rodgers could be that guy for them. They have both sides of the ball. They've been a solid team, and they could get him to come in and kind of lead the charge. Carson Wentz didn't work out, but Aaron Rodgers, I think, could. And then the other team would be Tennessee Titans. Tannehill, his cap holds and stuff isn't that much. They could actually work it out to where they could go get Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers on Tennessee could be scary. That could be a really scary team. They have the defense. They have the receivers. They kind of found their guys. They obviously have the running back. They have the defense. They have the offensive line, the defensive line. I mean, Tennessee could be a real spot to look at. That could be a real opportunity for them. I mean, would San Francisco go and try to make a play? I mean, there's tons of options that teams could look at to try to go get Aaron Rodgers and really kind of push to go all in. Even like the Giants, what's going to go on with their quarterback situation? How do they feel about that? Is this something, is Daniel Jones the guy that they really believe in and they believe can kind of lead the charge here? I think this playoffs is going to be very interesting because there are several teams that that have a quarterback, but they seem kind of iffy on. And I think, if one of these teams falls short, they could be looking at Aaron Rodgers. And then Aaron Rodgers, I mean, it's unfortunate. It really is an unfortunate story because he's a guy that I really believe could have won several Super Bowls. I think he's a guy that could be up there with Tom Brady as far as Super Bowl wins and just getting to Super Bowls. It was every year they were a contender. Every year it looked like they were going to go to the Super Bowl, even with in a lot of cases, just mediocre talent. It was just, in a lot of cases, it was, Aaron Rodgers riding on the shoulders of Aaron Rodgers. And so, Aaron's, again, he's going to have a decision to make. He's really going to have to sit down and evaluate and take the time to think, what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I don't see him coming back. I don't see him saying, yeah, this is the place that I want to be still. I don't see Green Bay really wanting him. I think that they want to move off of him. I don't think that they're gonna, release him or anything. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. There's gonna be all kinds of speculation, all kinds of teams that could make plays for him, kind of put their hat in the ring. I think you can make an argument for several teams. I mean, I've listed several already, and I think that there's many, many more. What happens with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson? Does Lamar go somewhere else? And then if that happens, do you try to go get Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. It's gonna be a fun offseason because besides Aaron Rodgers, you have quite the carousel, right? I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, what's going on with him? Although, I mean, he's not in the category of Aaron Rodgers or a Lamar Jackson, but you still got Jimmy Garoppolo, who I think is a solid quarterback. You got Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, maybe Daniel Jones. There's a lot of things. Do the Cowboys move off of Dak and go get Aaron Rodgers? That could be something interesting too. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. We'll see how this goes. But as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. What do you think? What did you think of Aaron Rodgers missing the playoffs this year? What do you think is going to happen with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers? Do you think Aaron Rodgers goes somewhere? And is there a specific team in mind that you think he would go to, or even a team that you want him to go to? Is there a team where you're like, man, I would love him to go here? I mean, Derek Carr. Derek Carr's probably on his way out. Does he go to Vegas? Does he go team back up with Devontae Adams? I don't know. That could be something interesting too. But again, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comments section below.